Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Everybody's enjoying themselves. Give me just a moment here. It looks like we got a big full house already tonight. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let me say hi to some folks we got in the house early. Paul and Angel, good to see you. Yes, that is pretty terrible what's going on with Amber. Her pet. Let me turn down the music a little bit here so I can talk about this for a second. I'm not the most familiar with Amber and her situation and all that. So I'm going to be learning a little bit with you tonight. I've got some historical Amber. I've got some new Amber. But let me say hi to everybody. Icy, good to see you. Oh, no problem. You are a cool Icy. And thank you, Icy, also for the wonderful, much appreciated $5 donation on the Cash App. Always appreciated. In fact, let me put up the Cash App link if anybody else wants to throw anything up there. I have the link on my About page. All right, so let's try to get started tonight. Okay, let me finish welcoming everybody in, of course. Just take a moment to do that. One second here, folks. Takes a minute to get started. All right. Oh yes, finish welcoming folks. Mouse Toes, welcome in. Welcome in. Aiden INC, good to see, or Aiden C, excuse me. Good to see you tonight. Yeah, I hope so too. It's very unfortunate. We're going to talk a little about more of the details in just a moment. Welcome in, Nutty. Welcome in, Yellow Moon. Good to see you again. Yes, if you're enjoying the show, please leave a like. It's much appreciated. Helps out the show, helps other people to find it. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Archie. Good to see you. Welcome in, everyone, of course. Welcome in all lurkers, all chatters, all mods, all folks watching the replay. Welcome in, Alizu. Always a pleasure to see you. Hopefully you're having a good night. What's up, gutter sluts? In honor of some of our favorite Gorlworlders. Welcome in, Purple Lilacs, Seafood Pie. Hello, hello. Detective Coach, he's good to see you tonight, man. Hopefully you're doing well. I know Detective is still hopefully working on that weight loss. I've been trying to get back on my program. I've been doing a little bit better overall. This last week, I haven't really lost any weight, but I've been on my diet. I haven't gained anything. So I feel like next week I'm going to see some results. Sometimes it takes a week to see the results. We got one in the house, Capricorn NJ. Welcome in. Docta Fill's right here. Welcome in, Christy. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. And I guess I normally don't do the trigger warning, content warning stuff, but I guess I'll do a light one tonight because we are going to be talking about. Let me take off that music. Actually, I think that's loud. That's been enough. It's clouding my voice too much. But yeah, it's sad to hear about people, people's pets. I mean, we haven't gotten any no terrible news has been confirmed yet. There's still a chance Rarity could be found, but it's sad to think that yet another another pet really is being neglected in one way or another. And not to spoil the big reveal, but the big deal with Amber, in my opinion, and the pet and the pet cat running away is that she wasn't chipped and she wasn't collared. That's extremely irresponsible. How could you be a pet owner who cares about your pet and not do anything to help identify it should it get lost? So I think that's very irresponsible. I'm not even a pet owner, and I know that you're supposed to do that. So yeah. That's another thing too. Bring in the cat 19 hours cross country essentially to be in a house with a bunch of new pets in a new place cat's never been before. And then of course Amber did not monitor the pet. She just opened the door and let it run out. Yep. New animals involved. We're going to get into the details in just a minute. Welcome in, Olga K. Good to see you. Yeah, it looked pretty fake. Looked pretty fake. Yes, Christy, well said. Very well said. These Gorlworlders like Amber and Foodie, they love to use their pets as props. They love to put them on the camera and say, oh, look at my cute pet. Isn't she cute? Send me some money to pay for the vet, whatever it is they need. Oh, you want me to bring the pet on camera? Let's let me play with the pet, act cute on camera, all that stuff. But then the minute they can't use the pet to their advantage, all of a sudden, hey, don't bring it up. It's too, I don't want, that's not your business. Really, detective? I'm interested to hear your theory on that. Do you think there was a reason? Like, I'm interested to hear your reasoning behind it. Welcome in, Tucker. Good to see you. Tucker and friends, saw you earlier today. Welcome in, Willie. Good to see you. I love your new picture with Foodie smoking out. All right, I think we got most of you folks welcomed in here. Let's see if there's anybody I missed. Nirvana, good to see you. Absolutely, good to see you again. Gracie, too, was that one of her older pets? Because I know that there were pets lost in the past. I know Becky had a cat who was lost. I was watching some older videos. I'm not as familiar with Amber on the history, but I have been trying to catch myself up a little bit. Oh, that's a grim thought. I hope that's not the case. That's a very grim thought. You know, all the talk is on Amber. Would you guys rather... Okay, I had a short Foodie video I was going to start with, and then I was going to go to Amber, because Amber was kind of the main course of the evening. But if you folks really want me to cover Amber first, I could do that. But I was thinking I'd cover Amber second. Any special requests on that? Because I have a short Foodie video I really wanted to start with. Give people a chance to get in. All right, I think I got everybody welcomed in here. Welcome in, Cams. Good to see you. I think Amber ate her. Amber has been doing that feeder stuff. You know, I could see Tommy just putting it on the plate with the lights off. Yeah, it's sad, Nutty. It's really sad. I know we have a lot of people here who care about their pets. Welcome in, Fallen Angel. Good to see you. People, pet owners, and even people who just like animals in general. Nobody wants to see a pet that in a situation like that where it runs off. And now it's, I mean, here's my hopes. My hope is that, especially because the cat does not have a chip, it does not have a collar, I think there's a good chance somebody else is going to take it in. I think somebody else is going to find the cat as a stray and say, well, this stray sure is well behaved, and either take it to a shelter where somebody else will pick it up, hopefully, or maybe they'll take it in. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. Yeah, Amber is a pretty nasty person the more you look into her. She comes across very, very mild if you don't know her, but once you start to learn about her, she definitely has a lot of flaws that come out. Okay, I got to catch up on the chat. All right, I'm almost caught up, finally. Whew. I hope not, Nutty. That was no good. All right, Mouse Toes, you got it. I think the Foodie video, because I have like 2 Foodie videos I wanted to cover. So I was gonna do Foodie, split it up with Amber, then do the second Foodie video. I figured that would be the best way to mix it up. That's what it was. Destiny's cat. Okay. That fact that's going to be in the video that I have. I have a video talking about that. Okay. Me too, Nutty. I think that's possibly one of the best case scenarios. I think that could certainly happen. Okay, so let's start off with the Foodie video. This is going to be a good Foodie video. I know everybody is sick of Foodie in some ways, but some parts of Foodie, the Foodie journey, are just endlessly entertaining to me, and one of them is Foodie's grocery hauls or junk food hauls. I just love to look over it and just use it as a good example of what we should not be eating, what we should be eating. So we're going to start off with a Foodie grocery haul. This is one of my favorites. This is actually from almost a week ago. She just popped up with this right after I went live last week. So let me put this on here.
Hello. Way. Cameos make great gifts.
To another video.
All right, let me make sure I have the settings good. Increase the playback speed ever so slightly.
So right now for you today, I have a mini grocery haul, and this is a stock up of snacks and drinks.
Oh, and please let me know if the volume is good for you. I want to get the balance as good as I can.
Only because right now we are just ordering a main meal per day, and I still do have some things that I can make for meals. I do still have a bag of chicken tenders without the breading, like just chicken, and lots of rice and some mixed vegetables and stuff like that, and potatoes, so I can make us a meal, you know, a couple of times during the week or something like that. So this is just snacks and drinks. Just to remind you guys that I'm doing a counting calories lifestyle change.
This to me is absolutely absurd. That way that Foodie could say that she's doing a counting calories life change, right? Okay, I don't want to spoil it. If anybody has not seen this video yet, what do you think you're going to see after hearing about the counting calories life change that Foodie's doing? Do you think that Foodie is seriously trying to get back on target, or do you think it's this? What do you think you're going to see in this this haul? And I'm sure you can guess, but maybe like if you have some specifics, perhaps you think you're going to see, if you have any unorthodox ideas.
So I'm still allowing myself some snacks, and I'm trying to learn how to control myself around them.
Welcome in, Nancy.
So yes, let's do this. I know for some I'm still gonna sound delulu, and that's okay, because you know, I don't know how it sounds delulu to try to repair your relationship with food and try to eat in moderation and count calories, but you know, eating only meat and eliminating everything else doesn't.
I actually agree with you. I think this color with this black underneath, this is about as coordinated a look as Foodie has pulled off in a while.
Sound insane to some people, you know, to each their own. That's, you know, everyone has their own opinion. So anyways,
oh yes, and I hope that's not true. So if that's true with ALR, I mean, on one hand, yes, I want Rarity to reappear. I don't want her to just, you know, I don't want anything bad to happen. But if she just reappears very conveniently and Tommy is the hero who finds her or something like that, I'm going to be a little bit suspicious. I'm going to be a little bit suspicious, you know, depending how this goes.
So we have a mixed bag of Kuwait chips. I don't even know what these are, but there's all these different kinds of chips.
I was not able to figure out how many were in this package. I did everything I could to look at the package that Foodie shows us. I didn't see a number on it. I did count. I looked at all the different flavors on here. 16 different flavors, or maybe it was 15, but you've got 8 or 9 on the front here.
I see some za'atar flavored chips.
You got 8 or 9 different flavors here. 4 different kinds of potato chips. What looks like 3 different kinds of sun chips, corn chips, multigrain chips. You've got some cheese puffs. What looks like some kind of a different potato puff. But anyway, there's 9 flavors here on the front, and then on the back there's another 6. So if there's even just 2 bags of each flavor, that's over 30 bags of chips in there.
They're not bad.
That's a lot of chips.
And these little cheese ring things, I like those with the lion on it. So yeah, we just have these mixed bag of chips. And what I try to do is just have, oh cool, there's a whole other set on the back. These are really good, the cheese rings and the puffa.
And then we got this one. This is Foodie's old favorite, the Viking ship full of cheese. She always likes that one. But yeah, there's 16 different flavors of chips in here. And as far as tasty and flavor and all that goes, they look perfectly fine. They look pretty tasty. But seriously, this is just a lot of freaking chips. Too many chips, Foodie. And all these different flavors is even worse, because Foodie's the kind of person who's going to want to taste one of each. So she's going to grab a bag of each flavor, and she's not going to stop until she finishes the whole thing.
Harry loves those. So yeah, puffed corn snacks. So it's like a huge mix of different things.
Yes, Camps, yes.
And I usually just allow...
Foodie says this crap that, oh, I need to control myself. I need to learn to control myself, so I need to keep the food in the house. That's like an alcoholic filling their house with booze because, oh, I need to teach myself not to drink it. That's not how you do it. First, you need to be smart. Don't tempt yourself with failure. Set yourself up to fail.
Try to allow myself 1 bag, maybe 2, because 1 bag is very, very low in calories. So, for example,
That's a good guess, by the way, Christy.
This 1 bag for 100 grams. It only says for 100 grams. This is only 18 grams. So maybe 100, you know, rich in vitamins and minerals.
Rich in vitamins and minerals. Isn't that's exactly what I want to see on my potato chips. I mean, I like the way they list the calories for per 100 grams, but I think it's kind of funny that Foodie doesn't understand how that works. She's not able to figure it out. If there's 18 grams of chips and it's 100 grams is the serving, then you have to divide it by what, 5.2 or something to get it? 5.4?
No way, they're trying to package junk food as like healthy now. That's funny. But basically, juice. Typically, these little bags have about 100 or so calories in them. So, okay, Mama's just gonna go.
The beezers are some of the slowest people on the uptake, and I pity some of them because they're taken advantage of. But anybody who's been there, you know, for a long time has to eventually figure it out, right? If somebody's new, like I'm like, okay, maybe they'll figure it out later. I think a lot of them do figure it out after a while, but some of them are hopeless.
Sometimes she wants a hug, sometimes she don't.
Welcome in, Bushy.
Doesn't.
Good evening.
Uh-oh.
I really do
All
agree,
right.
though. Some of her supporters are housebound, and they kind of live vicariously through Foodie. It's like they don't have the money to go to order out junk food that they want to eat, so they look at Foodie, who orders all this junk food, and they just kind of enjoy watching her eat it. I think some of them are like that. And look at these eyelashes. Good Lord, these are working overtime. Those things are. It looks like she put on 3 layers.
Bag number 1. We have these Cadbury timeouts wafer.
So not just chocolate, but an entire giant freaking bag of chocolate wafers. Those things look super tasty, super caloric, super easy to eat. Way too many of them. This is the absolute. Foodie could not have made worse choices. These are just the absolute worst choices in every way for somebody like her. I gotta put on my AC.
These are mostly for Salah. I know I usually eat his chocolate bars, but that's if it's like a Snickers. This is like a wafer. I'm not too huge on wafers. So. And we have some knife, eggs. Knife is a Kuwaiti chicken farmer thingy. So we have a dozen eggs.
A dozen eggs. That's good. I actually like the eggs. One of the few things
And
Foodie
these were on
gets that I
sale,
look
and these
for.
are like.
Oh, and that reminds me. Anybody here like sushi? I saw a show, and one of these days I might put this on. It had a 80-year-old sushi chef, an old traditional Japanese sushi chef, reviewing American sushis, and it was uncanny how he and I agreed on so many things. He did not like the mayonnaise or the cream cheese on the sushi. He thought the California roll was okay. He wasn't not a fan of the California roll. He really disliked the the cream cheese salmon roll. He thought that was terrible. He didn't like that. But he did like the one thing he actually said out of everything, the one that he genuinely liked was he liked the tempura shrimp roll with just tempura shrimp and some avocado. He liked it because it was simple. But he just said he really liked simple flavors, and he said that some of it was not bad overall. So yes, he liked what I like, just the very traditional, simple with the raw fish and not a lot of other stuff. Just yes, exactly, Olga. He liked keeping it simple. That's what he liked, and that's how I like it too. And I just thought that was interesting. So anybody, I would encourage you to look up that video if you're interested, because I think a lot of people, and again, eat what you like. I'm not telling anybody you can't eat sushi with cream cheese or mayonnaise if that's what you enjoy. But definitely try some of the more traditional stuff because I would recommend it. I really like it.
One thing I love so much. So
tell us what you really think,
I try
Eliza.
to just have one package, at a time.
Give us your honest opinion.
And Salah too. He likes these a
Oh,
lot.
Mushy. But yes, I have heard from Skinny. I talked to her just a few days ago. She seems to be doing. I don't want to speak for her, but because I didn't get any details, but I have spoken to her. I told her, people have asked about her. She said she appreciates all the kind wishes. It sounds like she's doing a little better. She's on the mend, but I don't know exactly. Maybe somebody else has gotten some more info, but I have spoken to her fairly recently, and she seemed to be doing okay from the little conversation we had. So that's the only update I have. I wish I had a little more, but I'll say hi for you.
The fried noodle Indomie, they're so good. Oh my gosh, they're dangerously good. So this is a huge challenge for me, but honestly, it really
Well, welcome
helps
in,
me. What I
Jamie.
do is usually I have
Missed you
2
coming in
3
there.
packets, okay?
Good to see you.
Sometimes 4, but that's on a bingey day. I haven't had that in a long time. When I have one, I air fry my broccoli, and it adds so much volume to it, and it just kind of tricks my brain. So adding veggies.
I think she's just taking a little bit of break from her channel. I haven't really spoken to her about if or when she plans on coming back, but I get the impression she's just taking a little bit of break, taking some time to focus on herself and just get herself, where she wants to be health-wise and all that. But like I said, I don't want to speak too much for her.
to things, adds volume, and it kind of tricks your brain to make you think that you're eating more. You know, I'm gonna start doing that with my rice too, adding the mixed vegetables in. So yeah. Noodles, fried noodles.
I have actually not been bothering her too much. I figured she's busy, you know, with a lot of other stuff. But I just checked in because I know a lot of you folks asked about her, so I wanted to, you know, I had that stuff going on with my family member the other day, so we were just kind of talking about that a little bit. And I just also, like, I just checked in, you know, just 'cause I know people ask about her. I want to, you know, see if everything's all right. Yeah, Skinny Queen's awesome. I'm sure she'll be back. I'm sure she'll be back sooner or later. I think she just needs a little time off.
They're really, really good. I add like a bit of cream, tomato paste, some extra seasonings.
Yeah, I mentioned that. She said she really, by the way, she did say that. I mentioned that a lot of you folks sent your well wishes and all that, and she said thank you very much. So she's very appreciative.
And guys, I'm telling you, they're so good. All right. This looks sketchy. Actually, it's beef mortadella with olives in it. I really like that. So.
Mortadella, beef mortadella. That's one of those things that is really not a good choice.
And guys, I'm telling you.
Oh, sorry, I missed something. I wanted to go back.
Noodles, fried noodles.
Yes, the fried noodles. That's what I wanted to say.
They're really, really good.
Where are they?
The mixed vegetables in. So yeah.
All right, these fried noodles. She made a whole meal with these. Foodie's recipe for these noodles, it has to be one of the most unappetizing, disgusting, and unhealthy things I've ever seen in my life. I might actually cover the video later. It's not very long. But just to give you a quick version of it, the recipe is using these fried ramen noodles, which, if I'm not mistaken, these are even more calories than regular ramen noodles. She uses these fried ramen noodles. She uses the sauce that it comes with, which is loaded with salt and sugar. Then on top, she adds a bouillon cube with more salt. She adds heavy cream. She adds butter. And I think she adds cheese, maybe? She adds tomato paste. Butter, tomato paste, cream, soy sauce. It is just the most disgusting, fattening thing I've ever seen in my life. Ugh.
Noodles, fried noodles. They're really, really good. I add like a bit of cream, tomato paste, some extra seasonings. Is that all that's in there? Yeah. I'm telling you, they're so good. All right.
Foodie uses the broccoli as like a vehicle to get her cheese in. So the more broccoli she buys, the more cheese she eats, unfortunately for her.
This looks sketchy.
All right, mortadella with olives in it.
Actually,
this is just such a terrible item to get. It can be tasty, but I looked it up. Mortadella is just like a slightly fancier kind of bologna, but it's all the trimmings, it's all the fat, it's all the lips and the toes and all the stuff that you really don't want to eat. At least not very much of it. And it's got a lot of preservatives and salt. Put the mortadella aside. Don't eat the mortadella. If you want to have one slice, all right, but don't make it a regular thing.
It's beef mortadella with olives in it. I really like that. So I'm excited to try this right now while I edit. We have a couples video I have to edit, and then I have to edit this and another video. I'm going to have a cappuccino Nescafe. I was craving cappuccino so bad, and it comes with chocolate sprinkles to put on top.
Foodie has outdone herself. Remember how it started out as coffee? I wanted to pause. I wanted
this and another video.
I wanted to slow down. Okay, come on. There it goes. Finally got a good picture. Foodie started out with her. Remember, she had her coffee as her diet drink. Her little diet treat was her coffee. She would have her coffee with no sugar, soy milk, and a little bit of artificial sweetener and a little bit of no-calorie caramel flavoring. And now it's become Nescafe 3-in-1 cappuccino blend with extra chocolate sprinkles, with extra cream added. It's like a milkshake.
I was craving cappuccino so bad, and it comes with chocolate sprinkles to put on top. Yeah. We have some fresh.
Yes, and she also makes like
ginormous
3 packages at a time.
Staple here, pita bread. We have a loaf of the white.
That sounds reasonable, right? That sounds reasonable. I made a pack of ramen soup. I just made plain ramen soup with some broth. I don't eat it too often, but every now and then it's not terrible if you eat it occasionally.
bread for Salah for sandwiches, grilled cheese sandwiches and things. He hates multigrain toast, and I love it. So
it is impressive though, because ramen is already like it's already one of the worst things for you health wise, and Foodie makes it so much worse. She makes regular ramen look healthy.
More butter than Paula Deen in this house, and
more butter,
you have to see my
more cheese. So this grocery haul so far, the only healthy stuff in this whole grocery haul was, I think we saw some broccoli and we saw a dozen eggs. The dozen eggs, top notch. I like those eggs. Good choice, Foodie. Basically, everything else is horrible. Everything else is a really, really bad choice. She says she's counting calories. She is not counting calories because she can't count as high as the numbers that she's got for off this food.
You have to know I'm a YouTuber somehow. We have some baby bell cheese. Okay. What?
Welcome
oh no,
to
she
Purple
wants
Spirit.
to steal the bread. I knew it. You can't have any of the bread.
Oh, Elizu, have you tried decaf maybe? I know some people don't like the taste of decaf, but if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. You might like it.
No. Do not steal the bread. No.
It doesn't look good.
You want a treat? Oops. Here you go. Here you go. Keep her busy with those.
Oh, interesting.
All right, until I can put the bread
It's
away.
like, you know what it's like? It's like when she was in Thailand and she was talking about how sick she was every day, and there were like three clinics right next door. There were like one down every street corner from her, and every day she complained about how sick she was, but never bothered to go see it. Exactly, Elizu. Adding extra salt to the saltiest crap in the world? Welcome in, Low Dog.
I got 2 bags of broccoli.
That sounds good. I like
Love
it.
We got thick cream. This can put you can put.
Okay, I have to ask you folks because I'm not an expert on.
I like to.
Oh, hold on a second here. I am not an expert on thick cream, but what is what makes it thick? Oh, actually, hold on a second. I paused it. I can read it. It says here, thick cream modified with vegetable oil. Isn't that wonderful? So in other words, it's cream with palm oil shortening added. How disgusting is that? Cream mixed with palm oil shortening. Like, cream is already very fattening, but at least it's organic, right? Or I mean, I guess it depends on what the cows eat. Well, I guess it's organic. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you define that stuff. But it's a natural ingredient. We can agree on that. Cream is natural stuff. This here is loaded up with palm oil shortening. This is so much worse than regular cream. Why would you do this, Foodie? This is just straight up less healthy and tastes worse.
Put it in pasta, anything I'm cooking with that requires cream. I sometimes use that instead of fresh. And
it is.
Yeah,
cheap.
I know it looks like I use a lot of cream.
Oh,
usually,
does it?
so
I
I'm
didn't
always saying,
realize.
I put cream in this, but I just put little. So usually when I buy a carton of fresh cream, it goes
Well, good
bad
luck.
like before I can use it all. So I won't have that problem. And spiral fries, because I've been craving them so bad from Burger King, and I don't want to order from Burger King.
Dental stuff is too expensive, and I understand that they only charge, what it costs and everything, but if there's ever been a business that they need to come up with, that if somebody can come up with a new machine or a new chemical that would lower the costs, I think people would absolutely snap it up. Okay, these potatoes here. This is a good example of something that Foodie and a lot of people make a mistake on. They think, oh, air-fried potatoes. I'm going to air-fry the potatoes. That makes it healthy. You got to realize that these air-fried potatoes, they were already deep-fried. These potatoes in the bag here were already fried. These are not uncooked potatoes with some breading on them. These were actual French-fried potatoes that were then frozen. So even if you put them in the air fryer or the oven or wherever, they're still French fries. So it doesn't really matter if you bake them.
So,
and if you look at the ingredients, you'll see one of the top ingredients is oil, because they absorb a lot of oil in the frying process.
Oh, I have these. I don't know, I'm craving curly fries so bad. Juice.
Exactly.
All right, last and least, we have a huge bag of soda. So we have some diet colas, diet 7-Ups, diet.
You know, Fallen Angel, I've eaten potted meat, canned meat a couple times, and it's not great stuff. But if you don't have any better choices, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? But I definitely don't recommend it.
For me, and then we have like Mirindas and Mountain Dews and whatever for Salah. So
It looks nasty.
That is the extent of our snacks.
That makes a lot of sense. That is probably the entire reason they do it, because that did not look like it was refrigerated. It looked like it was on a shelf. So that makes sense. They add the oil to make it shelf stable. But why would you buy that if you have a fridge to keep it, right? Like if you don't have a place to keep it cold, I could understand, but yeah.
Grocery haul.
Nasty.
So, yes, just a little top up. I hope you enjoyed. Comment below the things that you guys usually get in your weekly top ups. I'm sure like it's not the norm. Like, do any of you like order like almost every day dinner and just have snacks and drinks? I don't know. I cook, but not every day for sure. Like we eat out more for sure.
I heard about that, Nirvana. I heard that she went to some bakery the other day, Rosethorn. I was watching Rosethorn, and she said something about that. Foodie went to some bakery that gives out bread to the poor or something, and took a bunch of the bread.
But it's different country, right? Different part of the world. And, you know, there are some restaurants in Kuwait that are very expensive. Mostly the Western chains, like Cheesecake Factory, stuff like that, franchises. But the actual local ethnic food, you know, is pretty cheap and affordable. Like, you know, we can get like a...
Cheap and affordable, right? I don't care how cheap this is. This is so much calories here. These are all family meals too. Like this, and first of all, what's this on the right? This looks like an empty, oh, that's rice, okay. But these are like all family meals. This is just so much food. Like this platter here in the middle, the pasta and everything. Even if it tastes great and the price is great, Foodie, you're blowing yourself up with this stuff. It's not good. Oh, and that reminds me, Foodie ate that mozzarella stick meal the other day. It was such a feeder meal. And it reminded me, or not reminded me, but it caused me to think of something. I watched a show the other day about a crime, a true crime. It involved a murder, and I guess let me give a little content warning here. It involved the murder of, maybe you folks have heard of it, the murder of a woman named Sharon Lopatka. She talked to a guy online, and she asked him to engage in like some twisted sexual fetish stuff, and he ended up killing her. The reason I'm bringing this up is because they were engaged in a feeder relationship, according to one source I heard. They were engaged in a feeder relationship, and she wanted him to force feed her to death, up to 475 pounds. Now, I could not find a lot to corroborate that detail, but I just thought that was crazy. How it just another example of how unhealthy this feederism is. That I'm not saying it directly led to her death, because I believe it was something else where she died from. It was not feeding, but still, it shows that the mindset of how crazy that stuff is. So I just wanted to, I never heard that detail before. I never heard that detail about that case.
Whole chicken dinner.
All right, let me pull up the Amber video.
And, that includes a whole chicken, a big one, for the two of us. Huge amount of rice, as you've seen. Salads, all the sides, and a drink for like $8 or less. I think it's like less than $8 for the two of us. That includes delivery. So, and they just cook it better. I don't know. More equipment, more spices.
One second here. One second, folks. Let me get the picture loaded also. All right, let me get Ken up here. Thank you, Detective. I know, it's absolutely crazy. Welcome in, Seafood Pie, and I think that's a great way to do that. She does buy those tiny chickens when she cooks them. Maybe that's just how they what the average size is over there? Oh, wow. Well, Lizzie, bless your heart for taking them in. That's very sweet of you. You know, hopefully you can take good care of them. I don't have a face cam set up. I don't even have one. One of these days, I'll get one. One of these days, I should. But then I would need to get like one of those, like a decent light, because the lighting in this room is absolutely terrible. Okay, let's cover ALR, because anybody not familiar, ALR has had some real drama lately. Also, if anybody gets easily upset about animals, Amber lost her pet, and we're going to be hearing about some of the times in the past, her bad history with missing pets. So if anybody's easily upset, just wanted to let you know that in advance. If this bothers you, you might want to tune out for a moment. All right, so let me get the video started. And by the way, let me put a link to the video. This is from Irked Content, a channel that has a lot of great videos about Amber.
I want to introduce you guys to somebody. Oh, yeah. Her name is Gracie May. This is Destiny's.
Oh, you're too sweet, Nirvana. I see your comment over there. I very appreciate that very much. But, you know, one of these days I should get a camera and some lighting and stuff just because it's more professional, if nothing else, right?
Cat, and now my cat. It's our little baby.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fallen Angel. But that shows, but I've got a feeling that you probably care more than Amber does, because she didn't seem to be that upset. And I thought it was just, I'm hopeful that Rarity's going to get found and put in a good home. I don't think anything bad's going to happen. I'm generally an optimistic person. So unless I hear something bad, I'm gonna hope for the best.
She is the friendliest cat in the world.
Welcome in, Empress Shavin. Good to see you. Oh, Jamie, I don't know if I welcomed you earlier, I might have missed you, but welcome in again, Jamie. Good to see you tonight.
Rubbed on and everything. She's so sweet.
I don't want to admit this, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth.
Thank you
Earlier,
so
I
much.
was letting Leia out, the puppy. I had the door open, and I swear to God, a giant-ass spider hopped into the living room. I was like, oh my God, what
Okay, so I'm not hugely familiar with Amber's history going back more than the last year or two. So a lot of this is semi-new to me. I'm only dimly, so if anybody has any extra details they want to add in to help me clue myself in, because this is kind of an educational stream for me, where I'm trying to learn some more. I mean, I did watch this the other day, but I'm rewatching it again and trying to figure it out a little bit more in depth.
I do when Leia was already outside. I didn't have a leash on her because we're trying
No,
to
it
teach
does
her
not,
how
Mushy.
to...
No, it does not, Mushy. And that is one of the things that really made me call out Amber here, because I originally, of course, I felt bad for her. I heard she lost her pet. Okay, I feel bad. But then when I heard the details, which is that she doesn't have her pet cat is not chipped, does not have a collar, does not have any means of identification. She took her pet cross-country. We're going to hear it at the end of this video. This video is almost 20 minutes long, but toward the end, we're going to get the her version of the story. But just to give you a little preview of it, yeah, so she took her pet cat cross-country to stay with her new girlfriend, Tommy. Apparently, Tommy left the door open, or she left the door open, because they don't actually walk the dogs. They just open up the door and let them run around outside. And the cat ran out with the dogs. And they didn't notice until long after she was gone, and no way to track her. So, yeah. But we're going to get the full story at the end of this video. And thank you to everybody who's watching. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. It's very much appreciated. And thank you to everybody watching the replay, anybody watching anybody lurking. You're very much appreciated as well. Thank you to all the chatters, the mods, you folks. Make this show a lot of fun.
Stay near us without a leash so we don't have to worry about the leash. How am I gonna get Leia? But then how am I gonna get the big ass spider that just hopped in the living room? I didn't know what to do, so I ignored the spider for half of a second, and I hurried and grabbed Leia, and then all of a sudden Gracie, my cat, well, Destiny's cat, but my cat now, she goes booking it outside,
Oh,
running
wow.
like a ninja. Oh my God. I threw Leia down
Yes.
as fast as possible, and I ran out that door like the speed of friggin' lightning. Gracie's okay. She's in the house. Leia's okay. She's in the house. Our cat got out last night. Not when she got out for me, because I caught her and catched her. We're thinking she wanted to do it in her next opportunity, and she did.
The only spider is Amber Lynn, manipulating all of her girlfriends from her web.
Thinking our friend Jessica didn't notice, but Gracie ran away, and now we're gonna try to find her. Don't be sad. We'll find her. And if we don't...
Yes. By the way, I posted the link to this video from Earth Content, but Earth Content is nice enough to put a picture up in the corner to help us know which period this is from. This is Amber Lynn Destiny. Destiny's nice enough to be in the video as well, but the picture lets us know the era if the video does not. And there's also a year in the corner, so this is good for anyone like me trying to learn the history.
Because there are people out there who take cats, you find them and they'll take care of them.
Like in Naruto.
I know. Well, look we got our new couch. What do you think of it?
I love our couch.
I see. That's a very very unpleasant detail to think about, right? It makes me kind of think of Foodie with BBJ, where she just was sick of BBJ, just didn't want to take care of her, didn't want to take her to the vet, didn't want to move her, just wanted her gone. And then after she's gone, Julia shows up. So I see some similarities there.
Thread. I'm making flyers.
Gracie?
For Gracie.
Gracie May. We went to Walmart and we printed.
I agree with that. I think owning a pet, I don't know how we would enforce it, but I think that you have to be able to do some level of physical activity with your pet. And, if you have a service animal, that's different because the animal is trained to help you. But if you have a pet, then you're the one who has to take care of the animal. And if you're going to take care of the animal, you have to be able to do certain activities.
It out 5 pictures of her, or 10 pictures of her. How many more do you have to make?
4 more.
How are you feeling right now?
Sore.
She does not seem upset. Not at
Where are
all.
you sore at?
Destiny seems a little upset.
Never see to move it.
There's our couch, by the way. It is
Welcome
so
in,
cute.
E-Dash.
I'm liking it.
I'm optimistic. I'm hoping that she's found a much better home. I don't want to laugh too much, because we don't know what's happened. So, but yeah, that's my hope, is that Rarity has found a much better home with family who can really treat her right.
Oh, I'm trying to get a cat. So I found one that I loved at the animal shelter, but it wasn't yet adoptable, so that was really depressing. So now I'm at Petland. Look at you, you're just so cute. So I'm gonna hold a few cats and then pet. I'm gonna hold
All I can compare it to is I had a pet bird I cared for very much, and I remember one time the bird flew out the door and I was very nervous. It flew right back in. Didn't stay, it wasn't outside for long, but I was panicking. I was very upset. And then when my bird died, I was very upset. So, I'm not trying to judge how people should look or act, by the way, because sometimes people show their feelings in different ways. Some people are very stoic, and I respect that. But there's a difference between being stoic and not wanting to show how you feel, or maybe, holding your feelings in and just not feeling anything at all, right? There is a difference.
I just want to see how they react with me and then decide. Oh my God.
Put her on the ground.
You want to see the crowns?
See what she plays.
She kind of looks like she might look like Gracie. She has that color that Gracie had. Guess what, everybody?
Yes, so also just to give everybody, to anybody who just got in or anybody who missed earlier, to give an update, Amber's just lost her last pet cat, and we're going to get an update on the details of that in just a few minutes. But before that, we're kind of doing a historical review of Amber's history with missing cats, and I think a missing dog as well at one point. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm a mama.
Gave birth to a bouncing baby boy.
I am so freaking happy. I have a little kitten. I am over the moon right now. I'll show you guys him and I'll tell you his name and everything when we get home. I'm just so happy. I I don't even know. I don't even have words. And it's all because this year, she's been taking me all over the place.
I mean, I don't know enough about Destiny. I don't want to judge her or anything, but she seems to be reasonably, you know, I don't know how long this was since they lost the cat, but Amber just seems so happy and excited. Destiny at least seems like a little bit kind of glum about the old cat still, but Amber could not be more overjoyed.
It's like shelters and Petland. Like I had to go to Petland twice today because earlier they didn't have kittens and we came back and it's just been like this whole thing. But okay, everybody, I'm ready to show you my new kitten that I adopted today. This is the first time I've ever adopted anything, any type of animal by myself. We named him Chaplin. He is beyond perfect and I'm super excited. Like literally,
I'm sorry, Fallen Angel.
Family member. Okay, are you guys ready for cuteness overload? Be a part of this moment, please.
I'm sorry, I Fallen Angel, but it sounds like you're a strong person. So I know that, hopefully it'll be better. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that.
She's working on some Wi-Fi because we're getting Wi-Fi. Actually, we already got Wi-Fi. That was today. Ready? Look how short you is. Three. Look. Oh my God.
Look at his mustache.
He has a mustache.
He's named after Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin. And he's gonna be a long-haired cat. I want a long-haired cat. Look how cute he is. I just can't get enough of him. Is neutered. He has his shots and everything is, oh, butthole. Everything is, baby, what?
No, he was
Yes, and thank you to the people in the chat mentioning Amber does have two other animals. I believe a dog and another cat. Somebody just said it, but it just slipped my mind. But she has two other pets. I know that.
about to fall. Now he's gonna jump. He's jumping.
That literally felt like Mike's screaming on my butt. He is neutered and he has all his shots, so everything's good as can be. The people working at Petland where I adopted him from.
Oh, wow.
Said that this is the best food for a
Long
cat.
time.
It's Taste of the Wild. So we got this and it's in venison and smoked salmon. I'm just so freaking happy and I'm so grateful that Destiny took me like
Wasabi
freaking
and
everywhere today. It
Twinkie.
feels
Thank you,
we have to
Christy.
go to a few more
Wasabi
places
and
today
Twinkie.
because I want to get a new litter box because I don't want to use Gracie's. We miss her very much. I want to get a collar for him.
Thank you, Doug.
I hope you guys like him. Do you miss Gracie? Gracie is Destiny's cat who ran away about 2 weeks ago. And of course I miss her. She would keep
yes,
me company
okay.
and she was
Purple Spirit. Yes, Gracie. That's the name of the cat that disappeared at the beginning. Thank you for the reminder.
just the sweetest little cat. She loved to be held. It's devastating. I just hope that she's in a good place right now. We woke up and we couldn't find him and I'm like, last time that happened with Gracie, I don't know if you guys remember her, but that was the cat we had before. Well, Destiny had her for how long? How long do you have Gracie?
14 years.
14 years. Our roommate let Gracie out on accident throughout the night and she's been missing ever since. This was like
So she at least takes responsibility for it here. She says I let her out by accident, but at least she does say that I let her out.
4 months ago. And we thought that happened with Wasabi. Like, that's where my first thought went. But Wasabi was in our roommate's room in the closet locked up. We called our roommate and we're like, is Wasabi in your room? And she's like, no. Like, and then we went to go look and he was. So that's the thing.
No problem, Jamie.
Hello everybody. Okay, so I'm looking like the biggest hot mess in the world, but that's okay. I'm just on my way to work here in a minute. But I wanted to answer a question.
Thank you for pointing that out, Mouse Toes. We've learned that also, that her pet dog, Twinkie, doesn't ever really get walked. She just opens up the back door and lets him run out there. That's it.
Floating around is, where's the kitty? As you guys know, we got Scarlet the kitten, I want to say maybe a month ago or 2 months ago. So I'm gonna answer your guys' question. What happened? So I'm gonna start back when I first moved here, which was about 7 months ago. We had Gracie, which was Destiny's cat, and she was so like the sweetest little thing. And then we had Leia, which was Jessica's dog. We figured, okay, 2 animals, that's enough, that's good. So that was that. Like, I fell in love with both of the animals. They're both precious as ever. And then one day we woke up and Gracie was gone.
I know I'm stating the obvious, but I'm noticing Amber's breathing is just, she has a lot of trouble talking without breathing. And this was what, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Wow. Time flies. This is 8 years ago now.
And I'm freaking out, scattering everywhere. And I'm like, where is Gracie? Like,
She
what
was so darn young back then.
happened? Gracie ran away. And all in that, like, kind of swift motion, Gracie ran away and our roommate moved out. So we had no more pets. And it was kind of sad because I love pets. I love giving them the love that they need. Like, no pet should ever be in a shelter or in a freaking cage somewhere in a store. Like, no. So we went on the hunt for a kitty, and that's how we got Wasabi. And I am so, like...
Yeah, that's a good point. If Destiny's cat, like, you know, was a 14-year pet of hers, to just run out the moment the door was opened, that doesn't sound... That sounds a little odd. You know, I had a friend with cats. Her pet cats, she had 3 cats. One of them was like never went outdoors at all. The other ones, she would let them out for a little time and then they would come back in. And one time, like, and a couple times, like one of them, you know, like ran off overnight and came back the next day. But she would always be like out there looking for it, you know, like she was always trying to keep her eye on the cat. She would let it run out for a minute. She would always keep her eye. She was a good pet owner. What was even my point? Let me look at the comment because I was addressing a comment here. Yes. So the point is, occasionally, even if her pet did run off, it always came back. It never disappeared. And she had it chipped and collared, you know, and all that stuff too, of course. But it never just ran off.
Lucky to have him because he is the best kitty cat in the whole world. And I'm just really happy. So, moving on. Wasabi was alone a lot because, you know, while we were at work, we wanted him to have someone to play with. So we were going back and forth. Should we get a cat or should we get a dog? Should we get a cat or should we get a dog? So all within, again, the same swift motion.
Good point, Nutty.
Privately, we didn't like...
That is a good point. If she's adding a lot of, you know, extra details, that could be a sign of being dishonest.
Say this in a vlog or anything, really. Was getting a cat and a dog around the same time. So we were going to have 3 pets. And the 3 pets were... Scarlet, which was the kitten that you guys are wondering about, and then Twinkie, the dog that we have now. I'm just gonna say now, Scarlet and Wasabi did not get along. Like, they would constantly fight. We realized that I don't know if I mentioned this, but Wasabi's eye was infected, which we got that fixed, don't worry. Wasabi's eye was infected because Scarlet scratched on it.
This story has... I can't follow this story very well at this point. I'm getting a little bit confused. This story has so many moving parts that I'm just trying... I mean, I'm not going to rewind it, but I'm just trying to keep up.
A lot. And we tried to break it apart. We tried to get them to know each other for, you know, like 2 weeks or whatever. And that's a long time. Like, they were together for a long time and they should have adapted to each other, but we felt like it was just getting worse. What's amazing is Twinkie and Wasabi get along perfectly. So it's kind of like, it's almost like it was meant to be. But the reason why we had to get rid of Scarlet is because our apartment complex only allows us to have 2 pets. I was like, oh, okay. Like,
okay, I'm not the only one.
So obviously we wouldn't have gotten rid of Scarlet. We would have tried to make Scarlet and Wasabi get along a little better at least. You know, it really is sad. I think of Scarlet often, but she is living with Destiny's
Was it a tarantula?
And we would not just give Scarlet to anybody. We had to make sure that, you know, it was a nice home and stuff. And she already had 2 other cats, and the 2 other cats, like, got along with any cat. So we tried to see how Scarlet was around them, and they were actually fine. I don't know if it's because Wasabi was like,
she's succeeding.
Whoa, who's this cat on my territory?
I mean, she's succeeding with the confusion, not with the manipulation. At least I hope not with the manipulation.
I honestly don't know. Wasabi was probably just trying to be a macho man. I had to get rid of her, and I'm sorry I didn't, like, mention it to you guys. Like, I don't show everything in my vlogs or my videos. I don't, like, literally, it's like 95% of my life you guys just know nothing about.
Will you ever...
It's the only exercise she gets.
Rumors. So if you guys don't know, Gracie was Destiny's cat. Destiny is my ex. And Destiny and I moved into an apartment together. And if you guys don't know anything about cats...
Okay, so this is 2022, and apparently she's going to give, I guess, a second version of the story that we just witnessed. And the new cat story is coming up very soon, folks. Thank you for being patient. This video ran a little bit longer than I expected, but at least it was thorough, right? So we're going to be getting to the full story on the current situation pretty soon.
They hate moving, and they hate new environments 9 times out of 10. And when cats run away, it's usually because they just moved into a place that's new. Gracie tried to run away multiple times when we first moved into the apartment, and I know Gracie was not happy there because we had a roommate who had a pit bull puppy who did annoy Gracie a lot. Gracie just was not used to that type of energy. There was actually a point was it a couple days before Gracie officially ran away, where she ran outside and I had to go get her. This happened when Destiny would open the door. It happened when our roommate would open the door. It happened when friends would open the door. It was anybody and everybody. And it was something that we really had to focus on. Like, if that door was being opened for any freaking reason, we had to pay attention and we had to make sure Gracie was not getting out. And
Yes.
I remember there was
Judge
one
Judy
morning,
would be great for that.
it was around like 10. I was like, why hasn't Gracie meowed at the door? Because that was like her daily routine, was meowing at the door for some food for breakfast. I didn't hear it. We went searching through the apartment and Gracie was nowhere to be found. The roommate was a stripper who worked weird hours, very weird, would come home.
Blaming the girl for being a stripper or blaming her for working weird hours. I don't know. Somebody in the chat already mentioned this too. How this poor stripper girl got all the blame for everything.
4 a.m. in the morning, would come home drunk, would come home high, with friends, several people.
She had friends. How dare she have friends? I know. I don't actually know a lot of details about this, but just the way she describes her, it's just, this is so convenient. This girl is just, it sounds like a scapegoat.
Her boyfriend, it was that night prior.
Oh, her boyfriend was so
that
good
she
too,
came
of
home
course.
around 3 a.m. with her boyfriend, and before Destiny and I went to sleep, we said goodnight to Gracie. It was like typical routine. That is what we did. And then when we went to sleep,
Gracie has good taste, I
Gracie
guess.
out in the living room because we wanted to sleep with the door shut.
Welcome
The
in,
litter
Shelly.
box was not in the bedroom, so we didn't want to have her like go to the bathroom.
That's a
in the
very
bedroom
cute
without
picture
the
you
litter
got
box.
there.
Anyways, so it was the roommate who did it. Destiny knows that. I know that. Roommate knows that. There's another rumor that I need to dispose of. Absolutely not true. People said that I like had a wasabi fund. I did. I think I had maybe $10 for a cat. That's it. And people are saying that like I had this whole wasabi fund, so I got rid of Gracie because I had enough money for a cat. Absolutely not. But after Gracie went missing,
I actually feel bad for her now, thinking about it. Like, she's probably like, was just barely scraping by.
we went searching and we searched for a while, and Destiny brought up to me, let's get you a cat. I was actually quite shocked, gotta admit. It actually meant a lot. And I made sure to talk to her. I was like, but what about Gracie? How do you feel because Gracie? Like, I made sure to put her feelings first.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting point, Urbana. And I think that's even bigger than Amber. I think that's something a lot of people with the online spaces have, where if you could post a video online and then you can moderate the comments in response, you can like prevent people from making comments in response, you can kind of convince yourself that people believe your story. Like think about it. If you made a big old video online telling your story and all the people who disagreed were silenced, wouldn't it be a little bit easier to convince yourself that people believed you? I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm just saying I kind of see how it could happen for somebody who lives in an echo chamber to start to believe their own BS.
And she was like, no, that's
Or
fine.
or
First we
not
went
even
to the,
believe
like,
their own BS, but start to think that they're a very talented BSer. Start to think everybody believes everything they say just because they don't give people a chance to call them out.
animal shelter. There was no adoptable cats, which was really weird. There was one that I absolutely fell in love with. Wasn't adoptable, was so sad. So we went to this other place, which was called Petland, and we
Stripper or lying, conniving YouTuber. Stripping at least is honest work, depending how you do it, right?
met Wasabi. His name was actually Bogart, and we met him 3 months old, and we both fell in love. Destiny needed that cat. Destiny needed that cat. We did not have money currently for that cat. So at the time, I actually had a 3DS that I was obsessed with that I sold for Wasabi. And I also had an iPod because yes, those were popular back then. This was like 7 years ago. So iPods were still a thing. Sold my iPod. So I sold 2 devices that I absolutely loved because I thought Wasabi could not only help me, but also help Destiny. And we decided together to get a cat together. And this whole rumor that I let Gracie out on purpose is just absolutely disgusting.
Okay, so this whole big story here was just to try to dispute the rumor that she let out Gracie on purpose. Nutty, you were the one who mentioned that rumor first, and I've heard nothing from Amber to make it sound any less likely. And I'm not going to say that she did it, because that's a strong accusation to make without some kind of proof. but I don't see any reason to deny it. I wouldn't argue on Amber's behalf, certainly. I could absolutely believe it. But it's a bit strong for me to say I know it. But I'm going to say I could believe it, certainly.
Like, it's like repulsive almost, because I loved Gracie very, very much. Probably one of the sweetest cats in the whole world.
Hey guys, so
Agreed.
I really did not want to make this video, and I'm only making it because
Okay, so now we finally have the latest with Tommy and the newest cat. And this is like a super shortened version of it. So let's check it out.
out, and it's already on a reaction channel. But yes, my cat Rarity is missing, and I have done nothing but cry.
Done nothing but cry. There's no tears. Not a single tear. Not the eyes don't look very red. I mean, the outside of the eyes look red, like she rubbed them, but I don't want to, maybe some people cry more or less than others. I don't want to dispute that.
It happened 2 nights ago, and I put full blame on myself because there's a yard, and that's where I let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and it's through like a glass door, and I've just had a lot on my mind with everything that's been going on. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I've just been going through a lot, and I wasn't thinking, and I left the glass door open just like, I don't know, like this much. And I'm telling you, when I noticed, it was like,
Detective, here's what I do. I like to think everybody's really beautiful and really gorgeous, and they're like all, like models and superstars and stuff. And that's what I think. We're all just like having a beautiful soiree on a yacht somewhere. Right?
like 20 minutes later, but it literally just takes a second. And Rarity is like one of the most adventurous cats, the most loving. Just like when I lived in Kentucky, actually, I would sometimes let her go onto the porch because we had like a gate, and she would just roll around in the dirt. Like,
also a good point. Amber told us about this 2 days after it happened. Now, I'm not saying she needs to go on YouTube and immediately tell us, but it doesn't sound like she spent those 2 days searching for her pet. It sounds like she just spent 2 days just doing her thing. And then when the information got out about it, I don't know who leaked the information first, but when the information got out, I feel like she made this video as damage control.
she just loved it for some reason, and like, she just wanted to venture out. I know she just wanted to see. Like, I don't know where the fuck she is, and it's been just like literally sorry.
All right, at least we get a little bit of a real tear here.
Tommy is
I don't know if it's performative, but at least she put some effort into it. All right, we saw a real tear. I'm gonna be quiet about no tears.
So much.
We saw one.
I just feel so just like defeated, and Tommy has made like online posters and put it on different websites, and like went outside, and we've been like yelling her name, and like it's
Yes.
been fucking
Oh, I think Jordy was the one who mentioned it first. He might have been the one who mentioned it first, but I saw a really funny clip where she went into Jordy's chat and he saw her in there and he said something about why don't you go out and look for your cat instead of sitting here and trying to talk crap.
torture, literally, because you guys know Rarity is my fucking world. Like, and I know a lot of you hate me and have whatever you want to say about me, but Rarity was my literal life.
My literal life. My literal life. I love that. My literal life.
How much she loved me too, and it's just fucking, it's just been fucking hell. It's like, all I can think about is like, is she okay? Like, where is she? Like, is she cold? It's raining outside. I know a lot of you care about my pets too, and it's like, if you're not hearing anything, then that's a good thing. Like, everything is good. And like, she loved it here, and like, her and Tommy were so sweet. Like, Rarity would like sleep on top of her, and like, they would play like like Rarity genuinely loved me.
By the way, that was just a joke. But I think that its most important thing is just be happy with who you are. Don't stress. Don't stress like that kind of stuff too much. Like, we know we like to make fun about Foodie and Amber and all that, but I don't personally really like to stress it a lot. Like, if I think it's more important to just to be healthy and to be happy and look as good as you can make yourself look as you want to look. I certainly have a lot of room for improvement, and I don't stress it too much. I'm like, you know what? I am what I am. Take me or leave me, and that's what it is. Doesn't mean I don't ever try to take care of myself, but you can't worry about that stuff all day, because a lot of the most beautiful people are the most insecure ones.
Here, and all the cats got along, and it's like,
she went outside because she's adventurous. She just wanted to see, and now I'm afraid, like, what if something bad happened to her? I can't help but, like, think, like, the worst, but I just want her back, you know? And I was trying to go through this privately. I don't know. I just felt really freaking, like, just defeated. There's just a lot.
So Amber put on this big crying fit. She didn't really give us a ton of details in there. I mean, she said the basic story, but just to reiterate for anybody, so she let the pets out. She opened up the door. And again, this is the second time this has happened now, because we saw it happen last time with Gracie, with Destiny's cat. And now we see that it's happened again with her pet cat this time. We don't know the truth. I wanted to show this to you because I think we're going to get more as this goes on. I think next week we're going to get some really interesting updates on this. Okay, now I had another a quick foodie video I wanted to share. Let me pull this up. Let me just get this up here, folks. 1 second. I just wanted to cover some of her different mukbangs. I'm not going to cover the full videos, but I want to just kind of cover the meals and do a quick calorie count. I got this one here from I got most of these from No, I Don't Think So. That's a really fantastic channel. Definitely check them out. I get a lot of my edits from there. All right, let me switch up the video channel. 1 second here.
Beezers and the like.
All right. So we got a little bit of foodie action now. And then after that, I think what'll be a nice little treat. I've got another video from Vinny Wellsby talking about. I don't have the title. I'll pull it up in a minute, but I think you might like it.
I'm just sitting here patiently waiting for my Nashville cheese sticks to arrive. Now these cheese sticks.
This is by the way, some people were talking about feeder content. This is one of the videos that I think is a feeder video from Foodie. Just the way she ate this, the way she ate it with her fingers, just the whole thing about it. Let me know what you folks think. But this video was just really nasty. Back to sexualizing food is how the editor, No, I Don't Think So, describes it. And I would agree.
Are not from Chili's, since they don't have them at the Chili's in Kuwait here, unfortunately. So another company made them, a restaurant called Beefin, and I'm going to give them a try here from Kuwait.
Right after announcing the end of weight loss content, we get her pigging out on cheese sticks. Who could have possibly predicted this?
And see how they are.
Yes, Foodie said the other day with the snacks that she's still monitoring her calories. But now she's got this, now she's back. Just look at the meal. We'll see in a moment.
So I'll be back when they arrive, and we gotta eat them straight away for the ultimate cheese pull. Yella. Okay, you guys. The food has arrived, and it's actually cute because they put on here, microwave for 30 seconds for the cheese pull. Christy. So let's see, I got Nashville cheese.
Okay, these cheese sticks, I am, on one hand, I'm going to say these actually look kind of tasty. On the other hand, these look so fattening and greasy. And Foodie, what are you doing to yourself here? Each of these cheese sticks has got to be like 300 calories. Look how huge these are. These are the biggest cheese sticks I've ever seen in my life. They look tasty, yes, and they look crispy, but they're just so freaking big. There's just so much cheese. And then, not only are they fried, they're deep fried, but then they're soaked in what looks to be an oily sauce. These are just, yeah, these are really big. Yes, they're like cheese bricks. These are cheese bricks. That's what they are. Good, very good point, Purple Spirit. If she laid those end to end, it would be a foot-long thing of cheese. This is just so much cheese. I mean, I bet if you ate one of these, you'd be feeling pretty stuffed.
Sweet Buffalo, and one is Nashville with their ranch aioli.
Yes, and also, like she says, they're soaked in buffalo sauce. You can see the sauce glistening. And then there's a dunker cup of this aioli, she called it, which is kind of like a mayonnaise sauce.
Let's dig in. And I have a soda because I'm out of...
And a sugary Pepsi soda. Why does she have a sugary soda? What's her reason?
Diet, so...
What was that, Foodie?
And I have a soda because I'm out of diet, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when I'm out of diet soda, I drink sweet soda, of course, right? I don't, because there's no such thing as water in this house. Foodie, that is the weakest excuse. Even for you, that's a weak excuse. Even for you, that's a weak excuse. You know that you have water. Anybody has water. That's pathetic. This is why I said I think it's a feeder video, because having the sweet soda along with the cheesy, mushy, greasy stuff. All right, let's let it play.
And having water with your food is just unacceptable, right? It's been a long time since I've seen her this excited for anything on her channel, and it's because of fried cheese. At no point during her anniversary camping trip did she look half as happy as she is now.
All right, let's try.
I agree, Mushy. If he cared about her at all, even just caring about her health, he would say, come on, Foodie, if I care about you, I want you to live more than another year or two. I want you to be able to stand up and use the bathroom on your own. You know, I mean, just, yeah, like it's one thing to be okay with your partner being heavy. If you, especially some people even like a heavier look. Some people don't mind it. Some people, you know, that's your personal preference. But when you get so big that you can't even move, you get so big you can't even take care of yourself, I don't think anybody likes that unless they have a very serious issue.
This is cheese pull. These look like the Nashville. Let's see. Oh, they're hot. They're saucy and hot. Ow, ow, ow.
Look how big that cheese stick is compared to her hand.
Damn it, it's one of those videos which sick feeder asked her to sexualize this.
Actually,
yeah, she's licking her fingers repeatedly. But look how massive this cheese stick is compared to her fingers, compared to her hand. I know Foodie has kind of small hands, but still, that thing looks huge.
This is a sweet buffalo. They're so hot. Bismillah. Beauty bite.
Look how she kind of throws it into her mouth.
Beauty bite.
Like she has to like put her mouth under it to keep the sauce from dripping off, because she has so much sauce on there, it would drip off on her if she didn't.
Gol, it's about time you get yourself.
That thing is so freaking big, she can't even grab it with one hand. She has to use both hands to hold it because it's so darn big.
A toothbrush. You'd think someone who's only concerned about food all day would at least make sure their teeth don't rot away.
No.
You know what? I like to think he does. Like he calls her Foodie. I think it's funnier that he calls her Foodie. I hope he does.
Let's try the nasty ones. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, yum. Okay. Let's try this out. Yum.
He sees her not even like a rich old geezer. He sees her like a disabled man with a disability check. Like a guy who's slow with a disability, who gets disability check every month. Oh, mouse toes. Interesting. I didn't even consider that. But you're right. Foodie used to be a lot more concerned about covering up all the way down her wrist, and now she doesn't seem to care so much. But yeah, look how she's tearing into these things. She's having an experience, as I like to put it.
Pull yourself together, WTF. I haven't seen her get this hot and heavy ever since those Korean corn dogs in Thailand.
Those are so good, but the sweet buffalo and the nashi taste the same. So I thought I would, people have been asking me my opinion on the whole Jake Paul, I call him Joke Paul, and the Mike Tyson fight debacle.
Who would ever ask?
Yes, it's got to be 3 ounces or more of each one, and then there's the breading on top, and then the breading is
for her opinion about anything to do with combat sports. This in addition.
Good point. I don't think anybody really asked her.
In addition to her trying a viral food is just her trying to get picked up by the algorithm.
So recently,
this is part of why I love this this channel for their edits. No, I don't think so. I think that's a very good point. No, I don't think so made about how Foodie mentioned the fight, hoping it would get her on the algorithm, which can't blame her. It's not the worst idea.
Jake Paul. I watched Dr. Todd Grande.
Did anybody else have any interesting thoughts on that fight? I didn't watch the fight partly because I mean, Mike Tyson hasn't had a real fight in over 30 years, right? Like Jake Paul is young, he's athletic, he's been training. Even if he doesn't have a fraction of the talent that Tyson had, He's like 40 years younger. He's also taller and heavier. So the fact that he's taller, he's heavier, he's younger, and he's in better shape, like it's not even so there wasn't going to be a real fight.
Video on it, and he called him fake Paul.
Exactly, it was just for the money.
And I have a lot of the similar sentiments as him regarding the fight. So you guys know who Mike Tyson is, right? Like huge, like started his career in the 80s.
Am I in the Twilight Zone? Am I really sitting here listening to Foodie stuffing her face with cheese sticks and explaining who Iron Mike is?
As a boxer, one of the...
This is just so pathetic. She talks about Mike Tyson like people don't really know. And she talks about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson like people don't know who they are.
He just looked like he was struggling in the fight. You could see him just like...
I'm going to go on to the next video, actually.
Part of my diet.
I want to hear a little more about the food.
Fire. I could try making them sometime.
She could try making them sometime. First of all, I don't think Foodie could successfully make anything like this that requires deep frying stuff, because first of all, deep frying is not easy to do it right. And I think if she did this also, she'd melt the cheese and it would burn. And I think she would like eat it before it was done, and she would burn her hands too.
For sure, but I just wanted to try them. I don't think I'll like make it a regular part of my diet. They're so good. So in my opinion, I think Mike Tyson just saw like the money.
Ooh, Lady Nighthawk, thank you. Welcome in, Lady Nighthawk. But yes, I didn't even totally forgot about that. I didn't even notice that detail. Well, that's a very good point. Very fair point. So overall, all right, so nobody here seems to like either one of these. It's okay, so I can see why the fight wasn't popular here. I didn't even watch it. I certainly wasn't interested. All right, let's let it keep running a little bit.
20 million, I'd let anyone knock me out too. Not to, like, to be honest, like, probably even for a lot less than that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to knock me out, so let's go. Let's start
Skinny Queen and was joking a while back about doing a charity boxing match against Foodie. Hey, Foodie, if you're for real, Skinny Queen said she was down to do it like last year. I don't know if she still wants to, but I mean, I've heard crazier stuff. It'd be for charity, right?
Gorlworld boxing match. Imagine. That would be funny. Oh my gosh. The Nashville one. The Nashville one is like good though too. They're both really good. They taste similar. Gonna dip it in the oil stuff.
Look how she's dipping it in the oil stuff, right? That's how we said it's a feeder video. And yes, Capricorn, this is not even like a lot of food by volume, but it's still easily like 1,500 calories for this platter. It's splitting open. It's so greasy.
So good. Wow.
And of course she used all the sauce. Like there's like nothing left in there.
So that's my opinion. Not that anyone asked, but...
You literally started your opinion by stating people were asking.
Everyone has an opinion on something, right? It's too good. Have you guys tried these from Chili's? Or have you made your own? Let me know.
If you made your own, let me know. Yeah, Foodie, I'm sure you really care. Of course, you got to add the bullion as well. Foodie versus ALR would be funny. FFG said she's down also. It's like you got to get in line. A lot of people want to take on Foodie at this point. Hey, we're glad to have you, Lady Nighthawk. Hopefully you're having a good night over there. Canada versus USA. That would kick ass. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I have another video here. This one I think is pretty funny. This is from Glitter and Lasers, a little one to break it up quickly. This is actually, I thought this was just to give an idea of how Glitter sees herself. Let me first pull up the bumper quickly. 1 second. All right, so that's Anna there. Let me get the. Okay, let me switch over to the other one. So this is a video Anna did, a short called "It's My Birthday and I'm so proud of all I've done this past year." Let's see everything Anna's done this past year, because it's a lot. You guys ready? You want to see all the things she's done this year? Get ready. So okay, so she stood in front of some rocks. She stood next to the sign.
Pack light, I travel for a living. And I don't abide by
So I like that she has one video of her with a drink.
and I don't abide
Okay, so we have one video of her drinking. I have a feeling she does a lot of drinking IRL.
by that 50-pound limit.
I don't believe the exercise videos. I don't believe this llama video. I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
On that Delta flight out west down there every other Wednesday.
Oh, I gotta mute the music because they're probably gonna do a copyright thing on the video. Anyway, this is Anna's amazing, awesome year. All the amazing things she's done. She's ate bagels. She's wore clothes. She ate. She went to the beach. She pretended to exercise. She pretended to jog. She pretended to exercise again. She pretended to dance with no music. She pretended to go swimming. And that's it. She basically pretended a lot. She did a lot of playing pretend. And I just thought that was a pretty little funny thing. All the things she's accomplished. She's so proud of all that. There you go. That is an impressive year. And now I want to show you my interaction. I actually had an interaction with Anna, or rather with her fan base. Let me pull up the, hold on a second here. All right. Let me switch up the videos real quick. Let me put on the bumper. And I will switch up the video. We'll get on the other one. 1 second. Let me pull up the interaction I had with Anna. I thought this was really funny. I normally never post anything on anybody's videos because I don't want to be accused of being hateful or anything like that. But I couldn't resist this once. So Anna posted this short where she looks absolutely absurd. She looks like a biker Miss Piggy, but wearing clothes that are like 100 times too small. So let me show the video. Okay, here she is with her giant Miss Piggy outfit. And of course you notice the bottom button on the sweater is not closed. These are the sweaters. Look how short the sweater is. It doesn't even close. These are the sweaters that she designed herself. So she designed her own sweater and she didn't even make it big enough for herself. So I thought she just looked absolutely ridiculous in this video. So ridiculous that I looked to the comments and somebody posted, what did they post here? I call it the Christmas chafing. Somebody said, why do you comment on every one of her videos? And I said, I hope she doesn't stop. Why is that? Because she's so darn funny, that's why. It's funny to you that she's bullying someone else. Yeah, that's the level of conversation going on in Anna's channel, so I just wanted to show you that. I normally never say anything, but I just thought that was pretty funny. So, okay, let's get back to our other video for the day. 1 second here. Let me put on the bumper, and we'll get back to the second mukbang video I wanted to cover. One second, folks. Let me pull up the other video. Here is the noodle meal that she eats that I wanted to cover. Share this one. Take that off. Here we go. Here's Foodie's recipe. Look how disgusting this is.
Showing you guys how I made.
Let me catch up on the comments real quick also. Agreed. I wasn't exactly, maybe a little bit. She's gotten bigger despite the lipo, right? Okay, let's see. Let's make sure I got everybody welcomed in here. If I missed anybody, my apologies. Doing her model walk, the Christmas chafing. I thought that was pretty funny. Back to okay, so here's Foodie's meal.
This Indomie ramen recipe that I'm so addicted to. So we're going to start with some boiling water and 2
packets of ramen, which is already a bad start.
packets of Indomie. And I'm going to add the sauce packets that come with the ramen. And what I like about this flavor, the fried noodles flavor of Indomie is what I'm using, is it comes with this like sticky, sweet soy sauce packets. And it's just really, really delicious and flavorful.
That's 2 servings of Indomie noodles. Those 2 servings alone have 1,500.
Wow. So thank you very much for No, I Don't Think So for putting this data here for us. Let me put the link to the video also, because No, I Don't Think So is a great channel. I want to share the link. So yeah, 800 calories, 34 grams of fat, 1,560 grams of sodium, and 16 grams of protein, which is actually pretty decent. But compared to the amount of calories and fat, it's not really that good. So yes, there's some protein, so I guess it's not totally garbage, but it's mostly garbage, especially look at what else she adds to it.
160 milligrams of sodium.
So I'm going to add all of those that come with it into the water and wash my hands from the sticky soy sauce. Then I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter.
Yeah, so butter gets added first. Butter to ramen? Why, Foodie? Why put butter in your ramen? It's not greasy enough?
Tablespoons of tomato paste. And then also I'm going to add a couple tablespoons.
Okay, now this thick cream, we looked at this earlier, but just to reiterate, notice what it says here, modified with vegetable oil. I don't know exactly which type of vegetable oil, but if I had to guess, which I will do, it is probably palm oil shortening, hydrogenated palm oil, sometimes called palm fruit oil. Very poor choice, bad for your health. I've heard it's bad for the environment as well. So palm oil is not a good choice, and adding cream would already be bad. But to add this variant of cream with the extra palm oil shortening, Foodie, you cannot do any worse. This is the absolute worst thing you could pick. Should be better at this point. Foodie would be better off ordering McDonald's. It's the irony. This home-cooked meal is worse than ordering McDonald's.
Tablespoons of thick cream. You can add any cream of choice. You can add milk, cream cheese, whatever you like.
Who taught this beast how to cook? You couldn't pay me to eat that slop. Eating your way to 450 pounds is one thing, but getting there by eating this kind of vomit-inducing junk, I don't get it.
And then I'm going to also add about half of a bouillon cube.
She's adding even more salt, WTF. Her taste buds must be beyond fried at this point if that's...
So look how much cream she added. Let me put this back for a second.
We'll also add...
vomit-inducing junk. I don't get it.
And then
That is a lot of that crap in there. That is just so much. It looks like marshmallow fluff, actually, to me. A little bit.
I'm going to also add about half of a bouillon cube.
Yeah, a bouillon cube. A frickin' bouillon cube. Bouillon cube is essentially all salt. Anybody who's never tried one, if you've never tasted one, I encourage you. Get out a bouillon cube and taste a little piece of it, just to get an idea of how much salt is in there.
She's adding even more salt, WTF. Her taste buds must be beyond fried at this point if that's what it takes for her to taste her food.
And this is chicken flavor, but again, you can add whatever flavor that you like into it, as if there wasn't enough salt already. I know.
That's right. It's not that she doesn't...
Good point, Elizu. It's going to soak up the water anyway in those noodles, and the starch from the noodles and the sauce mix.
No, it's that she doesn't care. She will never change because she's perfectly content with being this way.
And then you're just going to loosen the noodles that I've cooked a little bit in the boiling water with a fork. And don't worry, this liquid will all be absorbed. Oops,
oh my God, Nutty!
spill.
I never realized that till now, but that's spaghetti. The way Foodie makes spaghetti, I can't blame Salah. She probably offered him the quote-unquote spaghetti, but it was made with that cream, that heavy, nasty cream she uses, that vegetable oil mixed cream, probably a whole 2 bags of cheddar cheese, and an entire stick of butter. And he was like, second thought, no thank you.
And then we're going to add a lid, and we're going to cook for a couple minutes here. Thumbs up and double bro fist for you guys. And yeah, I'm looking at my imaginary watch here, letting it cook for just a couple of minutes, not too long. And then we're going to remove the lid, and we're going to let the water absorb. So I'm just...
This stuff is straight up worse than ordering McDonald's. Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Substop, any fast food restaurant is going to be healthier than this, in my opinion. I mean, it couldn't be any worse. I like the most disgusting, like Checkers. Checkers is probably the greasiest fast food I can think of. And even Checkers would be no worse than this.
Loosening the noodles completely here. And then, yeah, we're just going to let it cook down. You'll notice that it's bubbling more and getting thicker. So it looks like it's about done here. So let's eat. Well, hello.
All because he didn't want to, you know, keel over from a heart attack after one meal.
Friends, hello. Welcome back, Beasters, to another video. So, I'm going to show you and eat my delicious ramen recipe. So here's the grand reveal. I have some boiled eggs.
I don't know either.
Broccoli. Okay.
Yeah, Burger King would be better.
So good. Bismillah. And beauty bite. And we have some zero sugar cola. What are you guys having for din tonight? Okay, let's try.
I noticed how she added a little bit of broccoli in here, and the egg. The broccoli and the egg are it's almost insulting to the egg and to the broccoli. Like, this egg and broccoli didn't deserve this. They deserve to be in a much better meal served to a person with a much better sense of taste. Like, how could you eat this crap and then put in broccoli and an egg? Like, what is even the point of the broccoli and the egg? Is it supposed to make it more tasty? Is it supposed to make it less fattening? Like, what is even the point of that? Because there's already too much food in here, and it's all disgusting already. Like, it's not gonna, the egg and the broccoli is not gonna save the noodles. The noodles are just gonna ruin the egg and the broccoli.
Noodles. Honestly, you guys, you have to try this. If you love Indomie, if you love noodles,
right?
Now you can add cheese.
And it's not like it's one of those little, like sometimes there's like those really little pots that are like for a camping site, like a camping size one, like a single serving pot. This thing is a family size pot.
But believe it or not, I don't like cheese on my ramen. I don't know why, but I just don't. The sweet soy sauce, the creamy.
What did you say? I don't like cheese on my ramen?
I don't like cheese on my ramen.
Since when? Since when? Foodie puts 2 frickin' bags of cheddar cheese in half the time, or she covers it with that grated Parmesan. I think either she was out of cheese, or she just, I don't know. Maybe she had a mental conniption or something where she forgot she liked it. Who knows? But yeah, she normally covers it with cheese.
I don't know why, but I just don't. The sweet soy sauce.
It's a food hack.
It's food hack. Tomato cream. My broccoli, I air fry it with a bit of butter, soy sauce, onion powder.
So there's even more butter and salt in this abomination. The way she cooks things, she would probably unironically make it healthier by leaving the broccoli out.
Boiled egg.
I agree. No, I don't think so. The broccoli here, and same thing with the egg. Like, it doesn't. It's not. It's all she does is ruin the broccoli and eggs. It's not helping the meal. It's just ruining the extras.
They're hot though. Ow.
Gall, your fork is.
Why can't she? Yeah, exactly. Why are you grabbing a burning hot egg with your fingers and then licking your fingers? People joke about feeder content, but I mean, that's what feeders probably enjoy that crap.
Right there.
Might have to give them a minute, I guess. I cut off the like.
Oh, and Rose Thorn. Shout out Rose Thorn from Rose Thorn Reacts. She has a great channel. I was watching her earlier, and she had mentioned that she thinks Foodie is stepping up the feeder content and all that stuff because the holidays are coming up, and money's been a little bit tighter.
The egg white tips on the eggs because my hamster loves those.
And she ate it all.
And I don't. I know, like, it's kind of controversial to feed
all the Kuwait. She ate all the cheese in Kuwait.
People food, but like, do you not feel bad them eating the same dry kibble every single day?
Yum.
Very yummy. I go through broccoli like I go through junk food. Like, I eat it.
I actually had a pretty healthy dinner, even though, yeah, I did have a ramen soup earlier. I had grilled salmon, or not grilled, I guess baked salmon for dinner. So that was good. Just put some sesame seed oil and some soy sauce on there, or excuse me, some teriyaki sauce, but that's mostly just soy sauce. Not the sugary teriyaki sauce, the kind that you could put on the shelf. It's mostly just soy sauce, tiny little bit of sugar added, I think. But yeah, it was good and it was simple. I've been trying to eat more fish, more salmon.
Love it. But I guess because it has butter on it and soy sauce, maybe that's why. I love the Indomie because I find they're way too spicy for me. Like, it's not even enjoyable anymore.
Yes,
Yeah.
Christy.
So I was
She's the
thinking,
money for that.
I know normally I go through like a cycle of doing weight loss stuff and then mukbangs, eating.
Here, this part here is great. She talks about she does a cycle of weight loss and then mukbangs. Well, is she going to pretend this time she's not? Because she did the whole weight loss cycle. The treadmill. The treadmill is especially pathetic. That treadmill bothered me because I always felt that Foodie's diet lies were just all for show. And I mean, I guess they still are all for show, but it didn't bother me because I felt like it was just words. But to actually buy the treadmill and to try to convince people that she was for real and then quit using it, it's so darn wasteful. It's like now they have this treadmill in their house that they don't use. It bothers me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why it bothers me more than the other stuff she does. But for whatever reason, that treadmill just kind of it's like a pet peeve of mine, I guess. The exercise equipment going to waste.
Healthy, whatever. And I don't think the two of those things can coexist. Like, it's because if you declare that you're on a weight
That's
loss
horrible.
journey and you eat something like this,
Probably the
despite
sodium.
people not knowing the rest of the day what you're eating, which matters, or what exercise you're doing,
geez,
which
that
also
you are.
matters.
She
Surprised you
says
don't like it.
mukbangs and weight loss content can't coexist, and she's definitely not giving up on the mukbangs. So I guess the weight loss content is officially out the window for
Foodie's doing the old, well, I can count calories and I can just, do mukbangs occasionally and I can eat healthy off camera and then it'll be all right, right?
now. Not only that, but it's somehow the audience's fault for not believing she lives off of lettuce for the rest of the day despite her gaining weight every week.
Which I did. Treadmill this morning. We went to bed.
Did treadmill this morning. Does anybody believe that? This video was from what, 4 days ago? 5 days ago, maybe? Does anybody believe Foodie actually did the treadmill that day? I don't. I believe Foodie, the only exercise Foodie's been getting is leaving the house to get away from Julia. Oh yes, and also we were talking about cats. How did that slip my mind? Julia, the other neglected cat. Julia is still, I know she still has not been spayed. I know that, she wasn't going to be probably until next week, I think. But still, it's just very frustrating that this long that the cat is been neglected, and now Foodie is filming videos outside of the apartment. Anybody who's not aware, Foodie's been doing half of her videos at least, recording them outside of the apartment, either at the pool area or out in the car or traveling with Salah, just recording them anywhere to get away from Julia, which is shameful.
Pretty decent hour last night. Woke up at a very good hour. Well rested. But or if I show that I have a bag of chips or anything that's not diet food, all
Welcome
the
to
time
Bags.
or whatever.
Good to see you.
There's a person who, for example, lost weight eating only McDonald's. It's not healthy, but I'm looking for, like I've said,
Yep.
even though I've explained what I'm trying to do a million times, calorie deficit, it just, people think
It's almost as bad as her swimming. Remember how bad her swimming was? I forgot who it was in the chat who pointed it out. But they said that her swimming was so lame because she didn't even swim. She never did a single, even tried to do half of a lap. She would just stand in the pool. She wouldn't even move. She would just stand completely still and call it swimming.
you're failing at your journey if you combine eating videos with weight loss videos. So I think that when it comes to my case,
Welcome to Sour Cat. Good to
I
see
don't
you.
think people will think I'm serious about my health
Thank you for making it
journey
in tonight. Hope
anyway
you have a
until,
good night.
There's a lot more progress. What I think is the best thing to do is put off weight loss videos until I do have more progress.
So she's going to put off weight loss videos till she has more progress. Well, that's going to be a while, Foodie, because anybody who's not aware, Foodie has been lying about her weight for so long that she would have to lose 100 pounds just to say, she has to lose 100 pounds before she can even start losing weight because she's lied about her weight she weighs 440 pounds approximately, and she says she weighs 350 or 340. So she has to lose 100 pounds to get down to 340 before she can even start losing any actual weight.
Positive things to say. I know that might upset a lot of people, but like I said, I think that's just the best thing to
Dash.
do.
Good
look
point.
at Mikado, he didn't show
Very good
anything
point.
online until he was finished.
Foodie is not the type to do treadmill off camera. She says she does it off camera, but no way would she do it and not record it if she could throw it in our faces.
And it took him 2 years. I'm sure there were a lot of struggles in his journey.
I hope not.
That he didn't show. Obese to beast as well.
Ooh, that's an interesting theory.
A good idea for me. And I think that you're probably thinking, what's your content going to be? Well, I enjoy my live streams the most. We're going to be doing a lot more content on our couples channel, vlogs around Kuwait until we travel.
Content from around Kuwait. There is nothing you haven't already showed when you two are unwilling to fork up $1 for content.
No worries, Sour Cat. We are having a pretty good night tonight. We're just enjoying some stuff about Foodie, and unfortunately, bad news about Amber's cat. But at least we made the best of it, watching a video, kind of calling her out about how poorly she's looked out for her pets over the years.
Ideas.
There's some really cool places we're going to be visiting this for the rest of this month. We aim to have 2 videos a week on the couples channel, and on mine, live streams, in the evenings. Here, probably
yes,
daytime
Detective.
for you guys.
Kuwait is
My
plagued
Western
with
friends,
too many strays.
except for in Europe and Australia. And then probably just like cooking videos, have dinner with me, that kind of thing. Some random vlogs.
If Foodie seriously did some real attempts at weight loss, I think if Foodie was just honest about what she ate and came across with some humility, I think it would be successful. I think she would get a lot of views, and I think she would get a lot of goodwill. But she's never going to do that. If she would just be straight up and say, hey, I'm trying to, I'm failing on my diet, but this is what I'm eating, and I'm trying to do better. But I take that back, because you can't do something if you're not doing it, right? You can't make a video about something if you're not actually doing that thing. So as long as she's going to be lying, she can't make videos showing her doing anything, honestly.
Out and about. But I hopped right back on that treadmill today. I saw a comment, somebody saying like,
I agree, Sour Cat.
Exercising that
440 is my guess.
I mean, you still have to count the calories, but when you log any exercise in MyFitnessPal, it does update the calories to allow you to eat more. There's no point in me making weight loss videos when people are just going to.
Oh yes, speaking of eat more, actually I have one more video that I'm going to show at the end here. It's a throwback video about Amber and her diet, which I thought was hilarious.
Do not believe in my journey anyway until there's more progress. So I can just keep that to myself for now. Yeah, that was like super delicious. I was so hungry. If you try this recipe, let me know. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the future. Bye.
Let me put on the bumper real quick. By the way, I hope everybody's having a great night. If you're enjoying the show, please click that like button. It helps the channel out a lot. If you'd like to see more of this content, please click the subscribe button. All you lurkers are much appreciated as well, also with you chatters. All right, so let's see here. I got this video from Amber, or an edit about Amber, rather. One second here, it's loading a bit slowly. I also have one on dates with her with Tommy, but I think this throwback one is funnier, personally. And this is not that old either. This is only from like a year or two ago. Also from Earth Content. Let me share the tab correctly.
Okay, so today is January 27th, day 27 of weighing in for 100 days. So here it is. So I don't know if you...
What'd you say, day 27?
Okay, so today is January 27th, day 27 of weighing in for 100 days. So here it is. So I don't know if you guys like actually want me to keep doing these like weigh-ins. Please let me know. I know in my personal life, I will definitely be still weighing in every single day.
Oh, bless you, Nirvana. I appreciate that. I always want to get more subs, but I am happy that I have such a great audience already. That's all. That's what matters to me. But of course, it's always nice to have more, right? Love to be able to have even more people I enjoy talking with.
It's just what I like to do. It is what it is.
That's
Today's
wild.
Day 2 on Weight Watchers. If you guys saw my last video, I kind of went into the negatives of my weekly points. You know, it is what it is. I still logged everything. It was very hard to to log everything at that point, but I still did it. I want to like hold myself accountable.
Exactly, Sour Cat. That was kind of our main story of the night almost, and you seem to be up to date on it. This is now, Amber had a cat that ran away, and basically it's all her fault. The cat that she brought cross country in a house with new pets, that the cat was very uncomfortable. I have a feeling more is going to happen. I feel like next week we're going to get an update. I hope that the cat is okay. I believe the cat probably is going to be okay because, you know, it got lost in a residential area, so somebody will probably pick it up. But it has no chip and it has no collar, so who knows what could happen.
I am doing Weight Watchers, as you guys know. Today is day 1 of Weight Watchers, and that's a whole situation type deal. So is my eating gonna be perfect? No, but I need to do something. Like I said in my last video, it's better than doing nothing. I'm sure some of the things that I choose to eat today, people are gonna be like, how is this gonna help?
She
you
does
lose
have
weight?
that,
And
she has that kind of like, yeah, well, you know, like literally, she does have that kind of, that affectation in her voice.
It's because I'm going to be choosing smaller options and counting my points. I get 82 Weight Watcher points and 28 weekly, which is just like extra, and then I'm pretty sure you get more points.
Okay,
like,
let's say she gets 28 extra weekly. I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble keeping up with this.
Smaller options and counting my points. I get 82 Weight Watcher points and 28 weekly, which is just like extra, and then I'm pretty sure
so she gets 82 points daily and 28 weekly. Anybody familiar with how many calories are in a point? I'm going to assume that's probably like 25, 30, something like that.
you get more points. Like if you don't go over, there's like rollovers. I don't know. I mean, that's how it was in the past. Like you literally see my McDonald's from last night. That's just like what I've been doing. McDonald's almost every single day, let's be real. I've just absolutely been eating my feelings, and I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Oh, my hair. It's already drying, kind of curly. So for my first meal, I'm having a sandwich with a serving of hot Cheetos. This is 12 points. The bread is 2 points. The chicken is 1 point.
Nutty, it is absolutely easy content. And for somebody like Amber or Foodie, who people are invested in their weight, even if they didn't lose anything, if they were just honest and they just showed like a daily weigh-ins, I think people would appreciate the honesty and the transparency.
The pepper jack cheese is 3 points. Light mayo is 1 point.
So sorry, I keep rewinding, but I'm trying to get the exact number of points she gets.
This is 12 points.
So it's 12
the
points.
The bread is 2 points. The chicken is 1 point. The pepper jack cheese is 3 points. Light.
Okay, so a point sounds to be about 30 to 40 about 40 calories probably. 50 calories maybe.
Mayo is 1 point or 2 points, I don't remember. Hot Cheetos.
I mean, I think it varies a little bit depending on protein and sugar. It's not an exact, probably not exact ratio, but approximately. I mean, I'm sure that whatever points they gave her, it doesn't really matter because theoretically, right? If they gave her 82 points a day, then that's what she needs. However many calories it works out to, I'm sure it's going to be correct. So let's see if she can stay on it.
Is 5 points. So that is what I'm having for my first meal.
Right? Okay, with fabric on.
That's my girlfriend. Just kidding. Okay, you guys. Next meal is just a packet of ramen. If you want to see how I make it, watch the last video I did.
Amber at least makes her ramen better than Foodie. I will credit her with that. At least her ramen is not as disgusting as Foodie's.
It's honestly so amazing. So for a chicken ramen is 14 points. So it is kind of hefty, but that's okay.
So 14 points. So she has 80. So she has 80 in a day, approximately 80, just to make it easy. 82, but we'll say 80. So she's used up 36 points so far, or excuse me, 26 points so far. So she's not doing so bad. These meals are a little, they're a little caloric, but she's basically on track. She can eat a fair amount. I'm sure Amber's weight is like, what, 500 pounds? 450 pounds? Something like that? 500 pounds? So she can eat over 3,000 calories a day and still lose weight.
Look how freaking amazing. Should I go for it?
Amber, please don't be disgusting.
Why not?
Agreed. Agreed.
This is how I used to eat literal noodles when I was younger. I would just be like, I'm an adult now. Okay, so this is...
She should spell them Cheetos, Cheatos, because that's what they are. She's cheating on her diet with them.
It's a Weight Watchers app, and I kind of just want to show you like how they have all of these restaurants, and they're alphabetical. But I am getting the good old Shake Shack, and I already know exactly what I want. So I am getting the, which I will show you when I get
Shake Shack. Shake Shack. Shake Shack is not where you want to be on a diet. Now, I understand. I like that Weight Watchers gives you point values for if you go out and get fast food, because sometimes you go off your diet. Sometimes you're eating out with other people. You don't really have other choices. You're kind of almost forced to have to get something there. And it helps you, because that way you can at least choose something not quite so bad. But let's look at this. Let's look at this just for a second. Let's just look at this list here, see what's available on this list. Okay, they have a grilled cheese, 13 points. They have a hamburger for 12 points. They have a cheeseburger for 16. Okay, so if I was going to get something from this menu, I would go with a hamburger and probably get a second patty for 18 points, and that would be my meal. And I would get some vegetables on the side. I would make my own vegetables, or maybe a baked potato on the side or something, and that would be my meal. Fattening, yeah, but it's not that bad, right? Let's see what Amber gets.
here, by the way. I am getting the cheese fries.
The cheese fries, 26 points. Okay, I am a man. I'm about 5'10". I weigh about, well, if I was, let's say I was overweight, let's say I weighed 250 pounds. I would get myself like a hamburger and maybe an extra patty to give myself a little more something to eat. That was 18 points. Amber is getting 26 points just on the French fries.
26 points. That is crazy. Wow. So it's my first meal, so I'm just going to add it to breakfast. And then, yeah, so you go to the list.
Her first meal, just going to add it to breakfast.
And then you go to the restaurant name. I'm also going to be getting just like a cheeseburger. I just like the single cheeseburger with literally just cheese.
Just a single cheeseburger with literally just cheese. I hate the way she says literally. I really can't. Everything Amber does, that's like one of her affectations I really dislike.
An onion, that is literally it.
Just literally just onion.
That is crazy
cheese,
that like
literally.
The double bacon cheeseburger is 30 points. Like, wow. So the one I'm getting is 16. And that is literally all I will be getting. So
literally.
That still leaves me with 40.
Whataburger's good too. If I was gonna get, if I had to go out to a fast food burger place, I would definitely pick Whataburger. Tasty stuff. But yes, so anyway, I keep wanting to call her Foodie. Amber spent 26 plus, what was the other one? Plus 16, over 40 freaking points on one meal.
Points. That's crazy.
42 freaking points on one meal. I think that's like a full day's worth of points for some people.
This meal is 42, and a lot of people only get like 30 something points. So this one meal would be way over their allotted points, which is so
exactly like a full day's calories for a healthy sized woman would probably be 30 something points. Certainly would be. I mean, this has got to be well over 1,000 calories. This meal. It's got to be like 1,600 calories.
Crazy, but since I'm bigger, I do
maybe
get...
not 1,600. It's probably like 1,500 calories for that meal.
More. Okay, so my food has arrived. So I'm gonna go get it from the door.
Yeah, if you're gonna get something, that's probably the best choice.
Shake Shack. Okay, so I also got a diet. Of course I did.
It's like Foodie's, like when Foodie does her, quote, home cooking, when Foodie makes those noodles, they're worse than Burger King. If she got like a Chinese restaurant noodles, they would be less greasy than that crap she makes at home. If she got, Burger King bacon cheeseburger, it would be less greasy than those darn noodles. Those things are just the worst of the worst.
I've been back to drinking caffeine lately. That's a paper straw.
Not my favorite thing
Right?
in my mouth. And then
But I think that's another thing. That's a good point, Nutty, because it's not like, oh, I fasted all day, so I'm going to eat this big giant meal for dinner and then I'm going to go to sleep. This is her first meal of the day. So if she eats absolutely nothing else for the rest of the day, I mean, I guess if she eats nothing else the rest of the day, she'll be okay. But we all know she's not going to.
what is? There's like a popsicle stick in there. Weird. Here are my cheese fries. Ooh, that's good.
Cheese
And then
fries
plain
are,
Jane.
look, I might get in some trouble here, but I'm going to say I think cheese fries are a bad invention. Who really needs cheese fries? Like, aren't regular fries good enough? Aren't they good enough? If you want extra cheese, get it on your hamburger. Maybe that's controversial, but I think cheese fries are just, there's no need for them. They're too decadent. There's fries are by themselves are already so good. You don't need to put anything else on them.
Burger, but this is like literally
This is like
The best
literally
way.
the best way, literally.
so.
Okay, let's look at this burger here.
It's like literally
Like literally.
the best.
Okay, this burger looks greasy as heck. At least one thing I do like is the patty is well sized. It's not just all bun, so that's good. There's at least some meat on there, but it looks greasy as can be.
Way. So here on the screen you can see 42 points for this meal.
Okay, you guys, next meal I'm having Chipotle. The
Chipotle for her next meal here.
bowl is, I think, 13 points. I have it in my thing. I just know as a whole, this is 33 points.
33 points for the meal here. 33 frickin' points for the meal. Again, some people for an entire day will only get 30-something points. I mean, that's for a lighter eater, obviously, but still, that's a full day's worth of calories for some people. So let's let her go over the individual items here. This is Chipotle meal bowl.
I'm only gonna have half of the queso. It was supposed to come with chips, but it didn't. So I'm just
But
gonna
it didn't.
have this.
Oh, but it didn't come with chips. So she's just gonna have this little bag of Doritos. Why do I not believe that? Why do I not believe? I mean, it didn't come with the chips, possibly. But if it did not come with the chips, you know that she's having more than just that little baggie.
Small bag of Doritos, but there's chicken in here, cheese, beans, fajita veggies, rice, and lettuce. So yeah.
So I got a place called Chewy's. I did end up ordering food. This is gonna probably be my last meal because let's get down to the points. So this is what I got.
Okay, so we got another takeout meal here. This is from a place called Chewy's, it looks
Does
like.
come with chips, and based off of experience, I never
All right, look at the size of this bag of chips. Look at how big this bag of chips is. This is bigger than her head.
eat their chips. Okay, we're back with full battery. Love that.
I'm sorry to hear that, Detective. You know, that's a tough spot to be in. Maybe we can get some hearts in the chat for Detective. I know that he's going through a lot. I know a few people here have been, been working through a lot. Maybe we can get some hearts in the chat for all the folks who, really been pushing through with their health and doing the things they got to do. Make the progress they need to make.
I also love how they have one of my little thingies in here. They're like taquitos.
Okay, they look a little soggy, but if they were fresh, they might be okay.
That's the best thing I've ate in a very long time. So for the refried beans, 3 points. For the Mexican rice,
Yep.
4 points. But then for these, which is literally just
The literallys kill me. I don't know why they do, but they bother me so much. And they shouldn't bother me because I don't get bothered that easily. Like, I really don't. Like, the only one who kind of bothers me is Glitter and Lasers with their fake workouts. And the pet ownership thing bothers me too. But not Glitter specifically. She's not that bad, but the pet thing. But you get what I'm saying. Like the negligent pet owner stuff, I don't like that. And I really don't like Glitter fakes her workouts. There's other stuff, of course, I don't like too. But Amber saying literally, for whatever reason, triggers me. It bothers me. I don't know why, but it does.
That's the best thing I've ate in a very long time.
I don't really like
for the
Chipotle much
refried
either.
beans, 3 points. For the Mexican rice, 4 points.
Okay, so 4 for the rice, 3 for the Chipotle beans. That's okay. You know, not so bad.
But then for these, which is literally just
Literally.
5, 6 of these little guys, 40 points.
40 points. That's for the what the heck is inside of these? What are these filled with? Cheese and bacon? I mean, that is so many points for those little things. That is just you. I mean, you really can't eat that on a diet. I don't. We're not supposed to say that you can't eat certain foods on a diet, but that you can't eat that on a diet. If those little sticks are 300 calories each, you just can't eat those. Amber, you gotta take a little break off that.
This is just like a normal meal. Damn. So that brings this whole meal to 47 points. So I've used my full 82.
Folks, you know how long it's been since I've had fast food? And I'm not trying to brag, but it's been like 2 years, 2.5 years. Like, I have not had fast food since I can remember. Like, I can't even remember the last time I had any. It's been so long. And I don't miss it, which is I think why I've been able to avoid it, because I just don't miss it. I used to really like it a lot, but I just got so sick of it, and I don't even know. I wish I could tell you how I got tired of fast food, because I would share it. It would be, I wish I could share the secret. I don't even know how it is, but I just lost my taste for fast food, which I'm grateful, very grateful I did. Not to say I don't like eating it sometimes, but I just haven't had any in forever. So, but one of these days I'll have some again.
And I also went into my weeklies.
Oh, actually, pizza. I have had some pizza, but I don't really consider pizza fast food. Pizza is probably the only, like, closest thing I've had to fast food.
By 7. So this might be the last thing I eat, but if it's not, then I'll definitely show you guys. And I haven't told you guys, but even through this whole mess of things, I still do a lot of intermittent fasting. So that's definitely something that I'm probably going to take into this Weight Watchers arc.
Intermittent fasting. Amber's intermittent fasting, and she counts the hours she's asleep as her intermittent fasting, which is, come on. I mean, that is terrible that she counts her sleeping time as her fasting time.
Here is my weigh-in for you guys. So I am gaining weight, even though I started Weight Watchers, because I feel like at night I'm kind of binging on McDonald's. I truly don't know like why.
Thank you, Tucker.
I am having that urge every night. I did it again last night, so that's 2 nights in a row that I did it.
Nirvana, I love pizza, but I can respect that because it's actually a good thing to not like stuff like pizza or candy or hamburgers because it's not healthy. I mean, pizza's probably pizza's not that bad as far as fast food and junk food type stuff goes because it does have some, nutritional value. But in general, if you don't like fast food, if you don't like pizza, take advantage of that. Like, I don't like cream cheese, I don't like mayonnaise. So that makes it easy for me to avoid a lot of fattening stuff.
And I promised myself that it's not happening again tonight. Like, I literally promised myself.
Kind of. It kind of is. It kind of is. I mean, I don't know. It's not fast food because you can't get it in a drive-thru. At least not by me. You got to order it in advance, Like, you got to order it and then buy it. Well, thank you, Sour Cat. I mean, I'll probably have some again one of these days. I just haven't like gone to any fast food places with anybody in so long. But I mean, I'm sure I'll have some again sooner or later. But it has been a while. All right, folks. I've had a really good time tonight, but I'm kind of out of content. I don't really have any other videos I wanted to show tonight. So I think we're going to end it here. You folks have been a fantastic audience. I've had a lot of fun, as always. Hopefully you folks have had fun too. Let me put on a little music. I'm going to show you off in just a minute. Let me get the background music on here. Oh, hold on a second. I try to usually eat from a real pizzeria. I usually don't get the fast food. If that's what you mean, I don't usually eat like Domino's style. I usually get from a local pizzeria type of thing. But some local pizzerias are very fattening too. Yeah, I like pizza. McDonald's I do not like. Like I said, if I was going to get a burger, it would probably be a Whataburger. Yes, Jamie. Thank you so much, Jamie. Yes, if you enjoyed the show, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. It helps me out a lot. And I do plan to do more shows in the winter because I'm going to have a little more free time this winter. And I'm going to be doing some extra shows, probably some Saturday shows. I don't know when they're going to start, but they are going to be happening. We're going to have at least a few. Oh, thank you so much, Nirvana. I'm not really trying to grow the channel right now, but one of these days, right? I'm definitely going to start doing some more shows in the next month or two. In December, let's say it like that. By the end of November and during December, you're going to get some extra shows. So, all right, folks. Yeah, hope you had a good night, and can't wait to see you all next week. Good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night. Exactly. It's not fast food because you got to order it. You can't just go to the drive-thru and get it. You got to order it. Okay, that's my tip of the day. It's not fast food if you got to order it in advance. Good night, everybody. Hopefully you have some fun and take good care of your pets. Don't let them run away. Good night, everybody.